Good morning students, my name is Amit Pandya and today we will discuss short answer type questions from the portrait of a lady. Question number 1. How long had the narrator known his grandmother, old and wrinkled? What did people say? How did the narrator react? And student, the answer is the narrator had known his grandmother, old and wrinkled, for the last 20 years. She was terribly old. Perhaps she couldn't have looked older. People said that she had once been young and pretty. They said that she even had a husband, but the narrator found it hard to believe. Question number 2. How did the narrator's grandfather appear in the portrait? So, his grandfather looked very old. He had a long white beard. His clothes were loose-fitting. He wore a big turban. He looked too old to have a wife or children. He looked at least 100 years old. He could have only lots and lots of grandchildren. Question number 3. Which thought about the grandmother was often revolting and for whom? So, narrator's grandmother was very old and wrinkled. She had stayed at this stage for the last 20 years. People said that once she was very young and pretty, and the narrator couldn't even imagine her being a young, so the thought was revolting to him. Question number 4. Explain. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. And the answer is, the narrator's grandmother was terribly old. She could not appear young and beautiful. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles. She was short, fat and slightly bent. And the very idea of her being young and pretty did not appeal to the mind. Question number 5. The narrator's grandmother could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. Explain the importance of the statement. So, she was terribly old to appear pretty. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles. She was short, fat and slightly bent. She didn't create any physical appeal or attention. However, in her spotless white dress and grey hair, she was a picture of serenity, peace, sobriety and beauty. Question number 6. Why was it hard for the author to believe that his grandmother was once young and pretty? And the answer is, she was quite an old lady. She had been old and wrinkled for more than 2 decades. It was said that once she had been young and pretty, but it is hard to believe so. Question number 7. The narrator's grandmother looked like the winter landscape in the mountains. Comment. And the answer is, the grandmother was always dressed in spotless white. She had silvery hair. Her white locks spread untidily over her pale and wrinkled face. She looked like an expanse of pure white serenity. The stretch of snow over the mountains looks equally white and peaceful. So, her silvery locks and white dress made her look like the winter landscape in the mountains. Question number 8. How did the narrator and his grandmother become good friends? And the answer is, during his childhood, the narrator stayed with his grandmother in the village. She was his constant companion. She looked after him. She used to wake him up. She got him ready for school in the morning. She would give him breakfast and she went to school with him. Question number 9. Why could the grandmother not walk straight? How would she move about the house? And the answer is, the grandmother was short and fat. She was also slightly bent. She put one hand on her waist to support the stoop. She could not walk straight. She walked like a lame person. She limpered or hobbled about while moving. Now question number 10. Describe how the grandmother spent her time while the narrator sat inside the village school. The grandmother went to the school with the narrator. Since the school was attached to the temple, the narrator would learn alphabet and morning prayer at school. the grandmother would sit inside the temple. There, she would read holy books, and thus she spent her time before they came back together. Now question number 11. Grandmother has been portrayed as a very religious lady. What details in the story create this impression? And the answer is, she visited the temple every morning and read scriptures. At home, she always mumbled inaudible prayers and kept telling the beads of rosary. She would repeat prayers in a sing-song manner while getting the narrator ready for school. All these details create the impression that she was a religious lady. Question number 12. The grandmother had a divine beauty. How does the author bring this out? Dear student, the answer of this question is, the grandmother's silvery locks scattered untidily over her pale and wrinkled face. This made her look like an expanse of pure white serenity. She had a divine beauty. She looked like the winter landscape in the mountains. Question number 13. What proofs do you find of the friendship between grandmother and grandson in the story? And the answer is, the grandmother was closely attached to the narrator in his childhood. She woke him up, got him ready, and took him to the school. She prepared his wooden slate. She waited in the temple while he studied in the school. And while coming back, they also together. This all shows that they had a bond of friendship. Question number 14. The grandmother was a kind-hearted woman. Give example in support of your answer. And answer is, the grandmother had a very kind heart. She loved her grandson. She loved even birds and animals. In the village, she fed the street dogs. In the city, she would feed the sparrows. This example support this particular statement that grandmother was a kind-hearted woman. Question 15. That was a turning point in our friendship. What was the turning point? And answer is, the turning point in their friendship came when they shifted to the city. Now, the narrator went to an English school in a bus. Grandmother could no longer accompany him to school. Although they shared the same room, they saw less of each other. So my dear students, these were a few short answer type questions from the chapter, and I hope that you have understood. Thank you very much and keep watching.